To Some Birds Flown Away by Victor Hugo, 22nd April, 1837. Children, come back, I say, you whom my folly chased away, a moment since, from this my room, with bristling wrath and words of doom. What had you done, you bandits small, with lips as red as roses all? What crime? What wild and hapless deed? What porcelain vase by you was split to 1,000 pieces? Did you need for pastime, as you handled it, some Gothic missal to enrich with your designs fantastical? Or did your tearing fingers fall on some old picture? Which, oh which your dreadful fault? Not one of these. Only when left yourselves to please, this morning but a moment here, mid papers tinted by my mind, you took some embryo verses near, half formed, but fully well designed to open out. Your heart's desire was but to throw them on the fire. Then watch the tinder for the sight of shining sparks that twinkle bright as little boats that sail at night, or like the window lights that spring from out the dark at evening. 'Twas all, and you were well content. Fine loss was this for anger's vent, a strophe ill made midst your play, sweet sound that chased the words away in stormy flight. An ode quite new, with rhymes inflated, stanzas too, that panted, moving lazily, and heavy Alexandrine lines that seemed to jostle bodily, like children full of play designs that spring at once from schoolroom's form. Instead of all this angry storm, another might have thanked you well for saving prey from that grim cell, that hollowed den 'neath journals great, where editors who poets flout with their demoniac laughter shout, and I have scolded you. What fate for charming dwarfs who never meant to anger Hercules, and I have frightened you. My chair I sent back to the wall, and then let fly a shower of words the envious use. Get out, I said, with hard abuse. Leave me alone, alone, I say. Poor man alone. Ah, well a day. What fine result, what triumph rare, as one turns from the coffin dead, so left you me. I could but stare upon the door through which you fled. I proud and grave, but punished quite. What care you for this my plight? You have recovered liberty, fresh air and lovely scenery, the spacious park and wished for grass, the running stream where you can throw a blade to watch what comes to pass. Blue sky and all the spring can show, nature serenely fair to see, the book of birds and spirits free, God's poem, worth much more than mine, where flowers for perfect stanzas shine. Flowers that a child may pluck and play, no harsh voice frightening it away. And I'm alone, all pleasure o'er, alone with pendant called ennui. For since the morning at my door ennui has waited patiently. That Dr. London born you mark one Sunday in December dark, poor little ones, he loved you not, and waited till the chance he got to enter as you passed away. And in the very corner where you played with frolic laughter gay, he sighs and yawns with weary air. What can I do? Shall I read books, or write more verse, or turn fond looks upon enamels blue, sea green and white, on insects rare as seen upon my Dresden chinaware? Or shall I touch the globe, and care to make the heavens turn about its axis? No, not one of these things care I to do. All wearies me. I think of you. In truth, with you my sunshine fled, and gaiety with your light tread, glad noise that set me dreaming still. 'Twas my delight to watch your will, and mark you point with finger tips, to help your spelling out a word, to see the pearls between your lips when I your joyous laughter heard. Your honest brows that looked so true, and said, "Oh yes," to each intent, your great bright eyes that loved to view, with admiration innocent, my fine old Sèvres, the eager thought that every kind of knowledge sought, the elbow push with "Come and see." Oh, certes, spirits sylphs there be, and fays the wind blows often here, the gnomes that squat the ceiling near, in corners made by old books dim, the long-backed dwarfs, those goblins grim, that seem at home 'mongst faces rare, and chat to them with friendly air. Oh, how the joyous demon throng must all have laughed with laughter long, to see you on my rough drafts fall, my bald hexameters, and all the mournful miserable band, and drag them with relentless hand from out their box, with true delight to set them each and all alight. And then with clapping hands to lean above the stove and watch the scene, how to the mass deformed there came a soul that showed itself in flame. Bright tricksy children, oh I pray, come back and sing and dance away, and chatter too, sometimes you may, a giddy group, a big book seize, or sometimes, if it so you please, with nimble step you'll run to me, and push the arm that holds the pen, till on my finished verse will be a stroke that's like a steeple, when seen suddenly upon a plain. My soul longs for your breath again, to warm it. Oh, return! Come here with laugh and babble, and no fear when with your shadow you obscure the book I read, for I am sure, oh, madcaps terrible and dear, that you were right and I was wrong. But who has ne'er with scolding tongue blamed out of season? Pardon me, you must forgive, for sad are we. The young should not be hard and cold, and unforgiving to the old. Children, each morn your souls ope out like windows to the shining day. O miracle that comes about, the miracle that children gay have happiness and goodness too. Caressed by destiny are you, charming you are, if you but play. But we, with living overwrought, and full of grave and sombre thought, are snappish oft. Dear little men, we have ill-tempered days, and then are quite unjust and full of care. It rained this morning, and the air was chill, but clouds that dimmed the sky have passed. Things spited me, and why? But now my heart repents. Behold, what 'twas that made me cross and scold. All by and by you'll understand, when brows are marked by Time's stern hand. Then you will comprehend, be sure, when older, that's to say, less pure. The fault I freely own was mine. But oh, for pardon now I pine. Enough my punishment to meet, you must forgive, I do entreat with clasped hands praying. Oh, come back, make peace and you shall nothing lack. See now my pencils, paper, here, and pointless compasses, and dear old lacquer work, and stoneware clear, through glass protecting. All man's toys, so coveted by girls and boys. Great china monsters, bodies much like cucumbers, you shall touch. I yield up all. My picture rare, found beneath antique rubbish heap, my great and tapestried oak chair, I will from you no longer keep. You shall about my table climb, and dance or drag without a cry from me as if it were a crime. Even I'll look on patiently, if you your jagged toys all throw upon my carved bench, till it show the wood is torn. And freely, too, I'll leave in your own hands to view my pictured Bible, oft desired, but which to touch your fear inspired, with God in emperor's robes attired. Then, if to see my verses burn should seem to you a pleasant turn, take them to freely tear away or burn. But oh, not so I'd say, if this were Marie's room to day, that noble poet, happy town, Marseilles the Greek, that him doth own. Daughter of Homer, fair to see, of Virgil's son, the mother she. To you I'd say, hold, children all, let but your eyes on his work fall. These papers are the sacred nest, in which his crooning fancies rest. Tomorrow winged to heaven they'll soar, for new-born verse imprisoned still in manuscript may suffer sore at your small hands and childish will, without a thought of bad intent, of cruelty, quite innocent. You wound their feet and bruise their wings, and make them suffer those ill things that children's play to young birds brings. But mine, no matter what you do, my poetry is all in you. You are my inspiration bright, that gives my verse its purest light. Children whose life is made of hope, whose joy within its mystic scope owes all to ignorance of ill. You have not suffered, and you still know not what gloomy thoughts weigh down the poet writer weary grown. What warmth is shed by your sweet smile! How much he needs to gaze awhile Upon your shining placid brow, When his own brow its ache doth know. With what delight he loves to hear Your frolic play 'neath tree that's near, Your joyous voices mixing well With his own song's all mournful swell. Come back then, children, come to me, If you wish not that I should be As lonely now that you're afar As fisherman of Etretat, Who listless on his elbow leans Through all the weary winter scenes, As tired of thought as on time flies, And watching only rainy skies. End of poem. Translated by Mrs Newton Crossland.